That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't mean to do that. Please.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filters. This broadcast starts now.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's a mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
About $1 million, I keep it a trend, resilient, they energy off. My image is God reaching deep in the pot, I got features of people I lost. Yeah, R.I.P. on me, TT. The melanin on me, my cheekbone is native, the soil is my where I walk. Some beavers on me, my nigga, go figure my inner, make enemy scoff. Admit it, your energy off. My frequency killer, you soft. I show people love, they act like they above it, but switch when they see me.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Hope y'all enjoying y'all Tuesday evening. If not, maybe I can spark it up. Maybe it's my time to spark it up. What's good? What's good? Y'all just tuning in. That's What I Said. Live podcast. Y'all know what it is. What's good, babe?
What's good? What's good? Thanks for tapping in and tuning in for another episode. We are live from Studio B.
Yep.
What's good? What's going in the topics this evening? What are we going to fulfill and provide gems on?
I think a lot of it is going to be. Let me turn my music back on. A lot of it, I think, me personally, is going to be in an avenue that I think people can relate to.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because I know a lot of people have had, their different experiences or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Or relatable experiences.
Exactly. So one of the things that I was partly discussing last week and kind of got into it, but not all the way deep into it. What's good? Angela is in the building. Angela, what's good?
What's good, Ange? Thanks for stepping in with us.
Don't ask me why I'm being silly right now. But something I had said, because I had saw a reel with Mike Epps, and he was, talking about stuff, and I had mentioned, like, what he was on and everything else, and blah blah blah, and I said, check the reel out yourself.
Right.
But he had said that he was having survivor remorse, and it hit me different because, it's something that I think a lot of celebrities go through, and not just celebrities, black people especially, just I think anybody, to be honest with you, but I think black people especially, only because I see it more, and maybe because of how mainstream media doesn't do it, but other media that you can subscribe to that's putting out valid information, because you can do your research and end up validating it yourself and getting to know not just your community, but what other communities of your people, what they're dealing with. So one of those things, not to get long-winded, but one of those things that was in there was jealousy, of course. And I always have this thing with jealousy and envy, and, they're married, but they sleep in two separate beds. They're like oil and water, but they always go together. People that are jealous of you, 9 times out of 10 are envious of you. Why? I have absolute no idea. It's just weird. It really is. And I think this is the best time to talk about it, because kind of in a joking way, you really are going to see how people act when they get their tax returns.
Oh my goodness.
You really are going to see like how real people are.
Some people go to the extreme with it.
So the topic tonight, winner's remorse, why the podium isn't always a party. Why the podium isn't always a party. Let that marinate for a minute. Let that marinate. Because a lot of it is we know, like, we know. And the reason why we know is because we experience it. We've had experienced it, or we know someone that has experienced it. And in that experience, they always say there's a lesson in that, right?
Always. There's a lesson in everything.
Well, this is the thing, and this is how I kind of see it. A lot of times, your success isn't always going to be on the level that people, I wouldn't necessarily say they want to see you fail, but whenever you feel that you have met a goal, or you're being successful at something, or blah, 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 whatever it is, and somehow in that process, you begin to notice not just distance in the friendship, but it's more so like, I don't get it. It's like I asked you for a bottle of water, and all of a sudden you say, I only drink water that's imported from Mars now. It's like, really? You didn't let success go to your head that much to the point now you just drinking imported Mars water? Are you serious right now? But this is the
Hold on while I sip my tap water.
I'm done. I'm mad about it. It's not filtered. It's filtered.
It's filtered tap water. Yeah.
You're still getting some kind of cooties off of it.
I sure am.
That's why I drink alkaline water. Anywho. And pineapple juice that we have somehow misconstrued as being bad for you, because some people feel like you can't drink pineapple juice unless you actually buy a pineapple to juice it.
What?
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna say this because I authentically believe this.
Doesn't the plantation that
no.
the Dole plantation make it?
I ain't gonna go that deep. I'm gonna go here. That's the obvious go to, but I'm gonna go here.
Just saying.
See, the people that hate on you the most are the people that they feel are in competition with you. You're in competition with them. Or they're jealous of how you've maintained some type of success, whether it's, you know, a new job, promotion, you got into a new tax bracket, or you got promoted, or I don't know, you became a millionaire off the lotto, you know, own a business and it's being successful, you know, or you got your degree or whatever. So many things. You got rich off crypto, whatever. It don't matter. People will find a way to first be envious of you because now you're able to, you know, live the life you want to live. And then somehow you feel guilty because of that success, and you feel some type of way because now it's like, okay, do I do something for them, or is it, I mean, I gotta still be there for them. I can't change because of this. You know, it's so many different things and so many different mindsets that you go through. But why? It's one of those things that it's so common that a lot of people don't talk about it.
I was just about to say the party is definitely not at the podium.
But see, sometimes they don't realize that some of these celebrities deal with mental health because of their success.
Right.
Some people don't understand there's a balance.
Right. And I'm quite certain that all these celebrities have some type of therapist or something in their queue that they go see to help them balance out all the shit.
I wouldn't say that. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times people won't even, especially black people, a lot of black people won't go see a psychiatrist unless it starts to get bad. But even if it starts to get bad, it's like some people like myself, I would go learn through the process. I'm not going to talk to somebody else about some shit that I need to process a whole hell of a lot faster than you telling me, because I'm only seeing you maybe twice a week, or maybe once a week, or once a month, 2 times a month, however the, you know, whatever it's set up to be. And not most of them are once a month. But at the same time, well, then again, it's depending on how much you paying them. But anyway, you have to, I think, deal with things the way you're going to process the outcome of whatever it is that you agree to. Sometimes some people just agree to some shit just to agree to it because it sounds better if I just agree to it. But really, at the end of the day, who are you hurting? Like, let's be real. Who are you hurting?
Because you don't just hurt yourself.
I mean, because really, at the end of the day, that's the first person you hurting is yourself. But let's be real. A lot of times we don't even, I wouldn't even say we don't pay attention to it, because we do. It's not something that's immediately processed when you're trying to figure something out. And some people don't know what I'm talking about. And what I'm trying to say is that sometimes you have to process things and problem solve the possible incomes, not the ones you want to happen, like reality. And some people don't want to process it that way. They want to be egotistical and think me. And everybody's like, that's positivity. No, it's not. That's arrogance. That means that you play the lottery all these times, and yeah, you win $100 here, you may win $1,000 maybe once a year, some shit like that. But that's it. You chasing a jackpot. The odds of you hitting that jackpot is a shark attack, a snake bite, and lightning striking your ass. You in that pool. Stung in the ass by a hornet.
Damn.
Your house get lifted off the ground by a tornado. Yeah, you in that ratio. That's, I mean, like you have a better chance surviving a shark attack than winning the lottery. I'm just saying. The reality is people want to chase that than to. It's like the quick get rich quick scheme. It's like I keep saying that, and I need to get off that. But that's the thing.
I was going to say, did you say that because that's kind of been almost, I wouldn't say the true narrative, but I would say like some people's motto is, I need to find a get rich quick scheme so that I can, use that money to do X, Y, or Z with it, and then I'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, I don't know. It's just,
I'm gonna put it to you like this.
I think that's the verbiage that people are really truly honed in on, and then anything that you do or you talk to them about, they believe what you're doing is just that, a get rich quick scheme, or you're involved with something that's a get rich quick scheme.
Okay.
How?
Well, nobody knows that in the beginning. First off, I think that's what they're attached to. They won't come to the realization that something is a get rich quick scheme, but you're attracted to quick money. You're attracted to somebody said, I can turn you $100 to $1,000, or I can turn you $1,000 into $100,000. It's like, we looking for that type of advertisement. That's not the ads that we looking for when we looking at reels on Facebook. We looking for ads that's going to give me $1,000 tomorrow, or $10,000 or $100,000. And it's like, we try to lose that mentality of actually working to get that money, or putting the money to work so that you can get that money, or understanding the habits of what rich people do. So people don't want to have those conversations. So a lot of times people get envious of you because you got to that bag. And then people were just like, oh, you forgot about us in the hood. It's like, you forgot about where you came from. It's like, how am I going to forget where I came from when you think my reciprocity to you is to give you some money that I know for a fact you going to F off. I know 100%.
Right.
So how would I feel good about just giving you that money so that you could just screw off? But then they want to get mad again. So what is me? Let me enjoy my life the way I want to enjoy it. It's like, not off my bread, bro. You're not doing it.
Yeah.
You're not doing it. Just because you know somebody that's rich, you think somebody just go give you $1 million, so you just go F it off and just do something. Just, you don't even know the first thing about saving shit. Let's just get that out in the open. Clearly you don't. And then secondly, regardless of how cards is dealt to you or whatever, you can't escape that mentality just because you got some money in your pocket. Guess what? You just a rich dumbass nigga at this point.
Wow.
Not a small one either. A rich one. It's like people are attracted to that shit because they know that you're going to spend your money and be broke tomorrow. They going to help you get to that end game. And then what you going to do? Wake up in the same situation you was in, which means you got to get up and go to work. Hopefully you didn't call your boss and tell him,
I quit.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the going thing, though. If somebody, comes into a large sum of money, the first thing they do is quit their job.
Well,
I don't understand why that is.
Well, I'm going to say this.
I really don't understand that.
If you come to a certain dollar amount that mathematically you would not have to work no more, plus you can probably create more income because now you got your own capital to start. You can create your own business. It's like there's so many different things it's like people don't think about. It's like, I always say this, when I play the lottery, I was like, when I do, if I do, is if you can see that money in your bank account. It's like you woke up and saw $782 million in your bank account. Or what did I say, $782?
82 million.
Yeah, 82 million. Let's say million. Sorry. $782 million in your bank account. People have already just lost 3/4 of that money. Because they don't have the right people in line, so they don't screw it off.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I need an accountant. I need to get a lawyer. Actually, I need to get 2 lawyers. I need to get whatever it is that you need to do.
Yeah.
But the first couple things is get you an accountant and a couple of lawyers. If you want to stay anonymous.
Yeah, exactly.
Hence the 2 lawyers. They'll help you figure that out. But an accountant is definitely on that thing, because anytime you get into a situation where you're starting to have more money in your situationship, what I call the bank account, because it's a situationship, because people don't understand. The bank, I'm gonna tell you this. This is why I say it's a situationship. Okay? Banks are the situationship because your relationship with the bank is a program that they wanted you to believe. Do I need to slow the truck down? Okay, I'll pump my brakes next time I go down this hill, okay? Because I knew it was a steep one.
He said, hold on, let me pump the brakes so people can jump on board.
No, I'm not being an asshole when I say this, but I'm being serious. No, I'm being serious. Your bank, you are in a situationship with your bank. Okay? We were told this is the best place to hold our money so we can save and have the best things in life and, have great credit so I can have access to other money. And people think that the minor investments that they're doing, a lot of people are doing minor investments, not a lot. Like they think their 401k is an investment. I'll let that marinate. Anything that's getting traded on the stock market, you don't have control over. It's situationship. Banks, situationship. Your job. A lot of jobs, just situationships. Anytime you gotta not put your money to work and you gotta work to build more money so you can put that money to work, if that's what you choose to do, that's 2 double negatives, ain't it?
Yeah.
You working to put your money to work. Why is it that we can't have that passive income that's already putting in the work for us, regardless if we have a job or not?
Yeah, because it doesn't take a lot. Like, if you really truly think about it, and I know you've said this a million times, it doesn't take a lot to start off investing.
No,
it's in something.
Well, yeah,
whether it's
something.
Crypto or the stock market or whatever.
I will say this. That's not even just the answer to the question. That's one fix. But at the same time, this is the hardest thing to have people understand. It doesn't matter how much money you make. How much money are you distributing that you probably shouldn't distribute? Or I will say it this way, because I know podcast goes into my fam. How much money y'all fucking off every month?
Right.
I'm sorry if that French or that vernacular was a little bit strong and hasty, but let's have this real conversation. How much money are you really fucking off that you can't put money to work? And let's be real. Just because you got money, you realize like when it gets close to payday or, you know, a couple days, it's like, damn, shit's tight.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like, am I really living beyond my means? And like taking a conscious look at it and saying, I need to be patient with me, but I also need to be patient for, you know, whoever else is in my life. And hopefully they got patience with me because this is a learning process.
I was just going to say, I don't think a lot of people have those conversations with themselves. I
think they do at certain points when it gets exhausting and it's like, you know, I can't keep doing this shit. Only reason I say that because I was doing that for like 10 years. But it was like the situation I was in financially wasn't, I think, as I became further aware, and I think that's the direction I'll go with that conversation, is that nobody should be paying the amount that they pay for child support when a lot of this child support is not getting supported to the child.
True. I can wholeheartedly, you know, agree with that, and how they do the financial statement or whatever to come to that number. It's ridiculous.
It's way ridiculous, especially to military people and
because they're going off of a gross income.
Well, it's not even just
net,
that.
A net income. Your net and your gross is two different damn things.
Well, you got to think about it. In the military, a lot of people's pay comes from their you know, basing whatever.
Right.
So all the other pays that they get should not be affected on their child support because they could be stationed overseas. And this is just my opinion. Let me say that. This is just my opinion. If you're in Hawaii, which is a very high cost area, you're subject to getting paid more due to the high cost of
living.
The higher cost of living. And being that higher cost of living is so egregiously high, this gets penalized in child support. And a lot of people will say, oh, not in this state. In this state, yeah, state schmate. It shouldn't be this different in every state.
Right. It should be a standard.
It should be a median standard because it should not be all relied upon. And I'll say this because a lot of it's on the fathers. And then granted, some women will say, well, he's a deadbeat. He did this. He cheated. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's a relationship that should not be affected on how much this person pays to support that child.
Exactly.
Because then now you're affecting the relationship because now, and I'm not saying that this is like okay or anything else like this, but this is kind of where we need to get back in our communities and start teaching people to calm the fuck down. Because all is not lost because of the... Anyway, I'm not getting into this conversation. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because I'm going down a path that I can passionately talk about through experience, and I'm not going to do it. So, yeah. Moving right along. I saw you, Vegas. Congratulations, my brother. What was I about to say?
Congratulations, Vegas.
Oh. Yeah, right. I feel you. I just got done and I still not done. I mean, even when you're not paid, you know, even when you're not paying, you're still not done. So, no doubt. So, moving right along. Winner's remorse. Why the podium isn't, isn't the place to party. And I think I'm going to say this. Trying to get off that damn topic because that's when I'll be, oh, dang. I feel you. I remember. I know. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I mean, survivor's remorse is it's not financial as well. Let me just put that out there.
Right. It could be a multitude of things.
I mean, it could be your relationship. It could be your advancement in the church. It could be, yes, your success at work. Just you moving from one neighborhood to another.
Right.
The car you drive, the relationship you have.
Yeah, it could be a lot.
The attention you get from one sex to the other, there's a whole lot of parameters in this whole dynamic of just success, because certain people see success differently, not just financially.
True.
I was just jumping on that one because what we talk about,
right?
But relationships is a big key one too, because people could be stuck in a chapter in which they thought that you would never get out of, and when you finally get out of that chapter and you building new chapters, it's like, oh, you just went off to the military, you just did your thing and ain't never came back home. My intentions was just going to the military.
Right.
Home is always be where my heart is. My heart is always Kansas City. Don't get it twisted. I just didn't want to live there.
Right. I was just about to say, I love where I came from. I love where I grew up and the friends and stuff that I have, that some are still there.
Right.
I just can't go back to live there.
Mine is for a different reason.
I have many reasons.
I'm a black man that grows up in, one of the blackest, or close to the blackest. Down the scale of being the blackest, but where I grew up, predominantly black. And growing up, very, very, very beginning of the 80s. I would actually late 70s going into the 80s. During this time, it was, you go to the damn park, ride your bike to your friend's house. It was those times.
Right.
Latchkey kids wasn't uncommon.
True.
I was one of them. My brother was the other one.
Yep, I was too.
And yes, we both had keys because we was both in different grades. And it was one of those experiences, I think, that just humbled you. Like I said, depending on how you grew up or whatever. And this ain't no judgment to anybody. Everybody's upbringing is how they grew up. But I think sometimes some people grow when they're able to experience other cities. Not saying that their city's bad, because I don't think Kansas City's bad at all. I just choose to not live there because I wanted to grow away from there. And a lot of it had to deal with just some experiences, nothing bad as far as like fighting or nothing like that. It was just, you deal with certain things the way you deal with them. What's good. So I call myself like really just like, oh, I'll be good. But really, are you good?
Yeah.
And actually, be honest, I think a lot of it had to do with just being in the military.
Yeah, it's a different life experience. I will say that. Because they always say, join the Navy, tour the world. Well, in some instances, that's not always the case.
I see you, Mo.
But
and congratulations, by the way.
When you can, experience different places that for a fact you'll never ever go to or see in your life, right, if you didn't join the military. Like, those are amazing lifetime experiences, and that allows you to expand on your living experience and seeing different things and knowing, do you want to go back to where you grew up, or do you want to go somewhere else where you had an amazing experience of where you lived at during that time, just because, the people, the community as a whole, the things that you could do and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now I know which Mo. My bad. I think, yeah, true. That's very true. I also think that, I don't know. I think like I said, I'm big on not having situationships. I think a lot of times people don't understand that until you're in one, or you have experienced a situationship that you don't want to be in, and you're trying to get out of it. And it's like the worst thing to get out of, because it's a situation that y'all both created. You know what I'm saying? It's a situation that was agreed upon. Like I said, that's why we got banks. You in a situationship with your bank right now. Don't make no money with your money being in there. That's a situationship. But guess what? They gonna pimp your money out and make money off of it, though. You in a situationship. Get out of that shit. It's like, put your money in something to where it's making you money the more you have it in there, and not no 3%. Because I remember growing up, they had 13%, 5%, 6, 7, 8%.
I was going to say, I think I remember 5 being like the highest that I saw.
I remember when gas was 99 cents.
Shoot.
Let's be real. I remember when gas was 99 cents, 89 cents.
Gas, I could pay 75 cents. I remember that.
Oh, you was up in New York, though. That's different. Y'all had the leftovers from Manhattan and
shush your mouth. No, I went on the Indian reservation because they had the cheaper gas.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I ain't going there. Yeah, everything's cheap on the Indian reservation.
Sure is.
But I know that it's it's hard, no matter. I don't know. I put it like this. It's like, some people got to understand, how do you cope with success? And I got a funny way of coping, okay? This is just my way. Y'all can think of it weird as you want. It's like, whenever you feel some type of like survivor remorse, quote unquote, or just the guilt that other people have, they put on you because you're successful, and it's like, okay, how do I balance this? How do I fix it? It's like you eating a bowl of cereal, and it's not hard to feel too successful when you're eating breakfast at dinner. Wait a minute.
I'm through.
I mean, think about it. It's like, it's hard to feel too successful when you eating breakfast at dinner time, but everybody else around you is like, "Would you break me off something, bro? You 7 o'clock, in the evening, and here you are. I'm eating some Apple Jacks."
Right.
Guess what?
Best damn dinner ever.
Maybe you make money at night legally. I mean, whatever. Maybe that's when you get to count up all your money, or you just wake up to do all the administrative things or whatever.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize that it sounds funny, but to be honest with you, it's like, who said you have to eat breakfast in the morning?
Right.
I can tell you right now, successful people have 6 Saturdays and a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They only understand what the other days of the week are unless they have to go to the bank, or they have to run errands and go to the grocery store. Or they have to go.
Only when things are open.
Yeah, they need to know what the actual day of the week is. But the way they live, 6 Saturdays and a Sunday, they might wake up 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, well,
let me get my day started.
Go take a shower, and I go sit in front of the computer for an hour. Get on the phone. Yeah, hey, what y'all doing? What's today? Oh, okay, all right. So, yeah, everything good? All right, cool. I might stop by there on Friday. All right, cool. Click. I guess I'll go to the gym. Boop, 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 boop. It's like, what? I mean, a lot of people's like, man, I would love to have that lifestyle. It's like, you're on a different kind of stress than they are.
Yeah.
Because they may have been in your position a few years ago. It may not have been just given to them. It's like, you may be working hard now, I mean, that might be the hardest thing that you do at any point in your life is trying to build, your empire, trying to build a business or trying to build yourself within a company so that you can save the money to create your own. It's like whatever your goal is, why not work hard to get to that goal? So then you can meet the other goals that you need to meet. And people say it's always distractions or it's always something that prevents me from getting there. A lot of times it's you.
I was just about to say, ain't it you?
Sometimes it's you.
In your own way.
I mean, sometimes it may be where you work at and the atmosphere that's there or a certain, whatever. But we ain't got enough authoritative volume in our voice or creative to just be able to go to somebody and say, yo, is there a way that I can go work over here and still do my same job or work a different shift? I mean, I'm still making the same money, right?
Right.
Because if I'm still going to have to interact with this motherfucker right here.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Shots fired.
I'm just saying.
It's a whole ass.
It's going to be a problem. And it's like, I'm not trying to jump out of my character. I'm going to still be the same guy that y'all hire. Y'all know me for my reputation. I got this great personality. Please don't let him turn the light switch on Halloween.
But this motherfucker right here, though.
Do not let him turn that switch on Halloween.
911, what is your emergency? I hear shots. Okay, ma'am, calm down. What kind of shots?
I'm just saying. Different type of attitude. I mean, some people are just weird like that. But anyway.
But there's always that one person that works at your job.
Oh, that's testing your patience.
There's always that one
person. I always tell them, and a lot of people don't necessarily understand when I say this because they don't feel like they've ever grew up this way. But if you ever hear somebody say, oh, you trying to be gangster? Just say, yeah. Don't test my gangster. Even if you don't even regulate or understand what that means.
Regulators.
If you heard that from somebody else, you know the movies you done seen and the experiences you have never been in are going to all come to a conversation in your brain. Hey, bro, you ain't never been here in this type of situation, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
That's one thing that's going to go through your mind at this point. The other thing that's going to go through your mind is probably piss running down your leg. So you need to figure this out now, like today. Because the next time somebody tests your gangster, that's when you need to separate between being a professional and sitting your ass at home in the basement trying to make a mixtape. Because don't want nobody hire you because you got an anger issue. You got to know when that gangster gonna come out. You can't just always feel like, oh, you gonna test my gangster right now? And it's like, bruh, you just got here Tuesday.
Yeah.
Sit your whole ass down. Calm down. Okay? You don't need to be trying to Mike Lowry the place and beating people up. And we don't need you to do that, bro. Not yet. Let us see the new Bad Boys before you go out and act a damn fool. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to keep it short, y'all, because I don't want to impose on y'all Tuesday evening. I like to keep it short, right under an hour, so that y'all can still enjoy y'all evening. Because I have to be respectful for the time. It's 8 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock here on the East Coast, which means it's 7 o'clock Central Time. And the numbers pretty much go down from there, you know. So I appreciate y'all taking the time, as always.
Absolutely.
To you know, enjoy this conversation that we like to have. And I'll try to spin it up a little bit and give y'all some different topics and different things to chew on. But you got anything for the people before we get up out of here?
I do, actually. Going and closing out tonight and going into the rest of your week, if you as an individual haven't taken the time for your own self and given yourself your own pep talk, try that and see the positivity that comes from it. Always be you. And I'm out. Peace.
All right. I'm going to say something serious. Maybe not so serious, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think sometimes we need to have that conversation. Kind of like an announcement. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily reintroducing who you are. It's just really just letting people know. And you can do it, post it on Facebook. Do it like a post. It's a text post. And say this. To anybody that's ever been an asshole to me and you having a hard time right now, good. Y'all know what time it is. I'm up out of here, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Tuesday evening. Please catch us on all streaming platforms, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's what I said on YouTube. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. We out.
Go figure my enemy scoff. Admitted your energy off. My frequency killer, you soft. I show people love that act like they above it, but switch when they see me, I'm lost. I tell the truth when I talk. This wanna be me. I used to sleep in the car till my girl when it crashes in car. Now I got a crib down the street. Young niggas made it so far. I never lose what I'm on. For now I'm cool being me, but I need you to match what I'm on. How you wanna play games when I won? Hey, I play with the needed no one.
Thanks for listening to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode.
Bitch, what?